Greetings, Bleach Brave Souls community. This is Kazutool, and today we'll be looking at the new Renji raid, which features a new mechanic where he charges up a special attack and... Alright, and before we get serious, just want to send a shout out to Nitro, who provided the edited video sequences you saw in that intro there. So let's kick this off with something that's sure to become irrelevant in just a couple of days. If you plan on doing a whole lot of these epic raids real quick right off the bat, I highly recommend unlocking this path of your pet's soul tree. As I recall, this costs an additional 450 medals to unlock this path so I could get at those soul trait nodes. And once you've done that, you can actually solo the barrier with a Vortex character. However, if you're running with a full group, then you don't need a Vortex character at all. Okay, so let's quickly talk about character selection. If no one in the group has any soul traits unlocked on their pet, then it's very likely someone will need to bring in a Vortex character to help bring down that shield. And with that aside, all of the full bonus characters for this epic raid are absolutely outstanding. With the exception of maybe Zangetsu in this list, these are characters I see a lot in co-op. People max out these link slots, people transcend these characters. Overall, it's a great pool if you've got them. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world because Renji doesn't actually have a whole lot of stamina. As long as you have at least a few bonus characters and everyone knows what they're doing, you should have no problem tackling this raid. And there be the rub of it. From what I've seen in pickup groups, it's really hit or miss as far as people knowing what to do. But fortunately, you will be amongst the informed because you're here now. Before we jump in and analyze the various attack patterns, let's take a look at some common themes throughout the raid. If you see the phrase Ring of Fire get to the outside, there will be a small diameter death blow circle in the center and some blowback arrows that will blow you towards the middle of the arena. If you see the phrase Fang Cage, you want to be a few steps away from Renji. Now the trick here is you want to be blown outside of the death blow but not into the wall. And the next four are purely directional. If you see the phrase Left Lash, get to the left because that's your safe area. Similarly with Right Lash, get to the right. If you see the phrase Back Fang, get to the bottom of the arena. Finally, if you see Hikatsu Taiho Arc, get to the top of the arena. Now that we've covered some of the reoccurring themes, let's dig right in. So phase 1 is a shield phase where each attack does 1 point of damage. This is purely a hit count check and why Vortex characters are so valuable if no one has their pets ranked up. Now once that shield is down, we enter phase 2, which begins with, yep, you guessed it, red and purple crap on the ground. In attack patterns 2 and 3, we get a little everything we just covered, a little back fang, a little fang cage, left lash, right lash, so forth, and then they throw in another pattern called roar, visually confusing. I'll walk you through when we get there. Attack phase 2, attack pattern number 1, and as promised, red and purple crap on the ground. Just stay out of it. Attack phase 2, attack pattern number 2. Now there are two variants on this. Can open up with either a Fang Cage or a Ring of Fire. So Ring of Fire variant, get to the outside so you don't get blown into that death blow. Then 2 fire vortexes will spawn, and one by one, each quarter of the arena will start filling with red, and then finally a purple crap on the ground. As you see, these detonate in the order that they appeared. So next we'll have the Fang Cage variant. Remember, you got to kind of position yourself so you don't get blown in the wall, but also clear the purple crap on the ground. Then what you want to do is look where the first one spawns, then go to either number 3 or 4 right on the edge, and as soon as you hear the detonation for the first one, then dash into area 1. That's the easiest way to do that without getting clipped. Okay, let's check out the Ring of Fire variant here. So when the yellow blowback arrows appear, you want to get to the outside so you don't get blown into that death blow. When the fire vortexes spawn, look for the first section of the arena to go red. Position yourself next to it. As soon as you hear that detonation, dash into safety. Attack phase 2, attack pattern number 3, and this is a 2-hitter featuring 2 of the directional attacks with some red crap on the ground in the middle. So watch for labels in this pattern because they'll appear first, in this case a right lash. Get right, red crap will appear, then the purple crap will appear and detonate. Then the red crap will detonate. About that time, you'll see the next label, in this case a back fang, so get to the bottom. As mentioned previously, there's multiple variants of this. It's random whether you get a right lash, left lash, fang, whatever, in each of the 2 attacks, so you have to really read those labels in order to not get snapped. This one's easy if you remember to read the labels. Right lash, go to the right. Back fang, go to the bottom. Stay out of the red while you're at it. Attack phase 3, attack pattern number 1. More red and purple crap on the ground. Once again, just stay out of it. Attack Phase 3, attack pattern number 2. So in this one, you have some blowback arrows, some red crap on the ground. Just position yourself so you don't get blown into the red and don't get blown into the wall. Then the whole world turns purple with a red dot in the middle. Kind of visually confusing at first, but it's pretty easy. 1 and 2 detonate at the same time, as do 3 and 4. So that means position yourself on 3 or 4 outside of the red dot. And then when 1 or 2 detonate, jump into that safe area and you're good to go. Very easy. Okay, let's check this out in game. Now looking for those blowback arrows, then the red. Position yourself so you don't get knocked into the wall or the red. Now we're looking for the purple, specifically the slower moving purple stripe. Get to the outside, dash into the detonated area. Pretty easy because the timing is much looser than the previous roar pattern. Attack Phase 3, attack pattern number 3. And this one's another directional double hitter with either a ring of fire or a fang cage before each directional attack. And like before, any directional attack can come from any direction. Now, the only real trick here is actually a matter of memory. If you're not paying attention, it's easy to forget about that final directional attack. So let's take a look at that Ring of Fire variant in game. So Ring of Fire, get to the outside, look for the attack text, back Fang, means stay to the bottom. This will be immediately followed by another Ring of Fire and another directional attack, this time a right Lash, so just stay right. And that brings us to the fourth and final phase, which is identical to the first phase, with the exception it doesn't take quite as many hits, and he's got a death blow instead of just doing damage to you. So thanks for stopping by and watching this video. I certainly appreciate your support. If there's anything that you would or wouldn't like to see in these videos, please leave a comment and let me know. Thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you all in game.